On Friday, December 19, 2014, following a period of transition, a new government has been installed by the Governor of Sint Maarten. The new members of the council were installed following exact procedures from signing the national decrees to taking of the oath, to finally signing the process verbals representing the official record. This historical moment all began with His Excellency Governor Holliday and First Lady Mrs. Holliday welcoming candidate Prime Minister Mr. Marcel Gomes into the Governor's chambers. Here, the candidate Prime Minister presented Governor Holliday with a national decree regulating the dismissal of the outgoing Prime Minister and then the appointment of the new Prime Minister. Governor Holliday then signed off on the national decree regulating the dismissal of the outgoing Prime Minister and the appointment of the new Prime Minister. The new Prime Minister followed and did the same. Governor Holliday then congratulated Mr. Marcel Gomes on his appointment as new Prime Minister.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for His Excellency the Governor and Mrs. Holliday.
Newly appointed Prime Minister Mr. Marcel Gomes then took the official oath of office before His Excellency Governor Holliday.
Ik zweer, verklaar dat ik middelijk nog onmiddellijk, onder welke naam of wat voorwendsel ook, in verband met het verkrijgen van mijn benoeming, als minister aan iemand wie hij ook zij iets heb gegeven of beloofd nog zal geven. Ik zweer, beloof, dat ik om iets hoegenaamd in deze betrekking te doen of te laten, van niemand hoegenaamd enige belofte of enig geschenk aannemen zal, middelijk of onmiddellijk. Ik zweer, beloof, trouw aan de koning en aan het statuut voor het koninkrijk, dat ik de staatsregeling van Sint Maarten steeds zal helpen onderhouden en het welzijn van Sint Maarten naar mijn vermogen zal voorstaan.
The Governor and the new Prime Minister then returned to the Governor's chambers where they both signed off on the national decrees regulating the dismissal of the outgoing ministers and the appointment of the new ministers, including the Minister Plenipotentiary. The following newly appointed ministers respectively took the oath of office before His Excellency Governor Holliday. Mr. Dennis Richardson.
Ik zweer verklaar dat ik middelijk nog onmiddellijk onder welke naam of wat voorwendsel ook in verband met het verkrijgen van mijn benoeming als minister aan iemand wie hij ook zij iets heb gegeven of beloofd nog zal geven. Ik zweer beloof dat ik om iets hoegenaamd in deze betrekking te doen of te laten van niemand hoegenaamd enige belofte of enig geschenk zal aannemen, middelijk of onmiddellijk. Ik zweer beloof trouw aan de koning en aan het statuut voor het koninkrijk dat ik de staatsregeling van Sint Maarten steeds zal helpen onderhouden en het welzijn van Sint Maarten naar mijn vermogen zal voorstaan.
That I declare and promise.
Congratulations, brother.
Mr. Martinez Hassink.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Rita Bourne Gums.
So truly God help me, Almighty.
Congratulations. Okay.
And Mr. Claret Connor.
So truly God help me, Almighty.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Newly appointed Minister Plenipotentiary Mrs. Josiane Artsen also took the oath of office before His Excellency Governor Holliday.
Rechtstreeks nog middelijk onder welke naam of welk voorwendsel ook enige gift of gunst heb gegeven of beloofd. Ik zweer dat ik, om iets in dit ambt te doen of te laten, rechtstreeks nog middelijk enig geschenk of enige belofte heb aangenomen of zal aannemen. Ik zweer trouw aan de koning, aan het statuut voor het koninkrijk en aan de staatsregeling van Sint Maarten. Ik zweer dat ik de plichten die mijn ambt mij oplegt getrouw zal vervullen.
Zo waarlijk help mij God almachtig.
Congratulations.
After the official oath-taking, His Excellency Governor Holliday delivered the transfer of governing responsibility address to the ministers and invited guests at the ceremony.
My fellow Sint Maarteners, good afternoon. The August 29th, 2014 parliamentary elections set the stage for the transfer of executive responsibility for the governance of our beautiful country from one team of ministers to a new team of ministers. Today, 3 months and 3 weeks later, we have before us a new team of ministers. It is the culmination of the official formation process amidst complex and tense domestic and kingdom circumstances. During the formation, which concluded today, I consulted with various persons and named and worked with formateur Mr. Theodore Heiliger, as well as with informateurs Mr. Joseph Richardson and Mr. Marcel Gums. As a result, the new team of ministers, supported by a majority in Parliament, was presented to me by formateur Mr. Heiliger on December 17, 2014, for appointment and swearing in, as we just witnessed. To all who gave their input to the formation process, a difficult formation process, I hereby express my gratitude. And in particular, I wish to thank Mr. Heiliger for his work and cooperation as formateur. Thank you. En route to today's transfer, we have experienced two formation processes. A decision by the Kingdom Council of Ministers to intervene in the screening process of ministers, the rejection of that decision by the Parliament and Council of Ministers of St. Maarten, and the resulting cooling, to put it mildly, of relations between Philipsburg and The Hague, along with a lively debate regarding the position of the governor. In short, a lot has transpired in that period, and it is expected that there will be lively and heated debate regarding these developments for some time to come. This debate, which questions the integrity of government, is cause for concern. It is a matter that concerns all St. Maarteners, for it is a matter that clouds the good and positive aspects of our people and threatens our future development. Coupled with existing budgetary constraints, with recent reports regarding government-owned companies and prevailing social challenges, the key question for this new government is how do we progress from here to continue to create opportunities for growth for all. It is a question that concerns everyone living on our island, because anything that affects one of us will affect all of us. It therefore behooves us, all of us, to recognize that fact and to act accordingly. For after all, that is the spirit that has always moved our nation forward. I believe that we can all agree that to realize further progress, there is a need for unified, committed, and resolute action. Actions that promotes and strengthens a sense of common cause in devotion to St. Maarten. Actions committed to rebuilding trust in government by the people who we have pledged to serve. And actions that strengthens the sense of obligation to serve our community's interest. I therefore challenge you as the new team of ministers, as you assume your mandate to govern this beautiful country, to make the further creation of opportunities for growth for all your priority. I do so against the background of the fact that accepting the function of minister through the taking of the oath today is, first, a solemn expression of your commitment to perform your function with integrity. Second, it is your pledge of allegiance to the King and the Kingdom Charter. Third, it is your individual declaration to always uphold the Constitution of St. Maarten. And fourth, and finally, it is your pledge to always dedicate yourself to foster the well-being of the people of St. Maarten. In that regard, there rests on you individually and as ministers and jointly as Council of Ministers a great responsibility. Through your oath, you have accepted the obligation to serve all the people of St. Maarten. It is my hope and trust that as you take the torch from your predecessors that you will, through the application of the principles of good governance, cause the torch to radiate a bright light, directing the way to unite our people in a common cause, anchored in trust and rooted in an obligation to serve towards the further overall and balanced development of our island nation. Prime Minister, ministers, your actions and decisions will have lasting influences on the lives of our people and on how we are viewed in the kingdom, in the region, and internationally. Thus, as you deliberate on taking action on the matters before you during your governing period, I wish you strength and wisdom, individually and jointly, in the conduct of your responsibilities as you seek to meet your constitutional responsibility to the people of St. Maarten. With that in mind, I hereby congratulate the people of St. Maarten with the installation of this new government, and similarly congratulate each of you individually and jointly with your appointments as Prime Minister, ministers, Minister Plenipotentiary. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless our beautiful St. Maarten. Thank you. To St. Maarten. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
His Excellency Governor Holliday, flanked by the ministers, signed off on the process verbals, which represents the official record of the ministers having taken the oath before the governor. This is the official group photo of His Excellency Governor Holliday, the new Council of Ministers, and Minister Plenipotentiary. Following the official group photo, the new Council of Ministers and His Excellency Governor Holliday proceeded to the Government Administration Building, where Prime Minister Marcel Gums opened the constituting meeting of the Council of Ministers at the Claude Waddy Legislative Hall.
His Excellency Governor Holliday, colleague ministers, support staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I hereby open this meeting and welcome the ministers present, also our guests and the press. I will now turn the floor over to the governor for some short remarks.
Members of the Council of Ministers and Minister Plenipotentiary, members of the press, good afternoon, and to all present here this afternoon, or good afternoon to you and seasoned greetings. Today marked the beginning of a new chapter in the governing of our island, with the swearing in of this government. As I outlined during the swearing-in ceremony, you are taking office following complex and tensed domestic circumstances as well as kingdom relations. As a result, challenges you have as a new government are several, and a number of them are critical as we look ahead, especially challenges in managing the relations within our kingdom, but also challenges in addressing domestic and local issues such as budget and discussions in regard to the government-owned companies. It is evident that to address these matters and ensure our further progress, all our resources, all our people will have to be involved. I therefore trust that you, Mr. Prime Minister, and your ministers will find a way to answer my call to unite our people in a common cause, anchored in trust and rooted in an obligation to serve in the general interest of our people. With that call, which I repeated here and also stated before, I would like to close by wishing you strength and wisdom in your service to all the people of Sint Maarten, and congratulate you and the people of Sint Maarten with your appointments, and may all work out as you outlined in the governing accord, which you have all committed to carry out in serving the people. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. At this time, we will go over to the signing of the national decree, the Landsbesluit, in which the vervangingsregeling is regulated. Ladies and gentlemen, the document that was just signed is the resolution in which the replacement of the ministers is regulated by law. So when one minister is not present, the one replacing him is regulated in that resolution. I want to thank the governor for signing this resolution as prescribed by law, and also the other ministers and our Minister Plenipotentiary, Josiane Fleming. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, it is with a great sense of pride and honor that I sit before you as Prime Minister of this greatest little country in the world. My entire life has been dedicated to service in one form or the other to Sint Maarten. This last chapter is just a continuation of that service, and now it's time to work. We hold no illusions of the task before us. Sint Maarten is at a critical stage in its development and growth as a nation. Our mission is clear: to ensure that Sint Maarten thrives and grows, to stress and maintain financial discipline, integrity and transparency in government, and to build a nation of character where people live quality lives. It is now our turn to shoulder this heavy responsibility. We do so knowing that our approach must be to right the wrongs and insist on accountability. We move forward in a very tight fiscal space with clear financial realities in which we must govern. Nevertheless, we aim to be a calm, measured, steady, and purposeful government that says what it means and does what it says. We hope to be judged by what we have done, rather than what we have said we would do. The people of Sint Maarten expect no less, nor should they. But above all, we must and will do our utmost to regain the trust of the people of Sint Maarten, and we will strive to set the ship right so that we can continue moving forward to becoming the great nation we all know Sint Maarten can be.